Good afternoon. In Britain, Jeremy Corbyn has been elected leader of the Labour Party. Mr Corbyn began the contest as a rank outsider. However, he went on to win by a landslide, getting nearly 60% of first preference votes, 40% more than his nearest rival.
I say thank you in advance to us all working together to achieve great victories, not just electorally for Labour, but emotionally for the whole of our society, to show we don't have to be unequal, it doesn't have to be unfair, poverty isn't inevitable, things can and they will change. Thank you very much.
And Fiona joins us now from London. Fiona, what happens next?
Well, the first task for Jeremy Corbyn now as the new Labour leader, Una, will be to unite the party. This has been a very divisive leadership campaign. And of course, coming off the back of a very, very difficult election for the Labour Party. He alluded to that divisiveness and he alluded to that need to have unity in his speech today. He praised all of those who had run alongside him, the candidates who had run alongside him. Clearly the idea of extending an olive branch to them and to their supporters. But lest we think that Mr Corbyn has changed his political colours completely and has become part of a Westminster machine, he is heading off this afternoon to take part in a very large demonstration in central London, which is protesting at the government's reaction to the refugee crisis. So certainly he is keeping to his socialist principles, but he will have to try and bring other members of the party along with him as he goes forward as the new opposition leader.
Fiona Mitchell in London, thank you. A student who was injured in the Berkeley balcony collapse has been speaking about his ordeal and says he's looking forward to coming home soon. Niall Murray, who it's hoped will make a full recovery, says his friends who died in the tragedy will never be forgotten.
Visibly emotional but grateful to be alive. Speaking outside the California hospital last night, where he spent weeks of physical rehabilitation, Niall Murray spoke of the guilt he feels for surviving the tragedy.
I felt quite guilty when I woke up. That I, along the others, are here today, alive today, and they're not. I feel very fortunate.
6 students, Owen Culligan, Nick Schuster, Lorcan Miller, Emer Walsh, Ashley Donoghue and Olivia Burke, lost their lives in the tragedy, which left 7 others injured. The students were celebrating a 21st birthday at the time of the balcony collapse in June. Accompanied by his mother and his brother, Niall, who's recovering from his injuries, said his friends would never be forgotten.
To our friends, we miss you. We will always miss you. We'll never forget you. And someday I look forward to seeing you all again.
And as he prepares to return to Ireland, where he will continue his recovery, Niall says he's looking forward to being surrounded by friends and family. Aisling Kenny, RTE News.
At least 82 people were killed in a town in central India when a gas cylinder blew up in a restaurant. The blast ignited explosives that were being stored nearby. It happened at around 8:30 a.m. local time as people were having breakfast. Sinn Féin President Gerry Adams has said the Taoiseach needs to make Northern Ireland a priority. Speaking at a meeting of the party's Ard Comhairle, he also criticised the way DUP leader Peter Robinson is dealing with the current crisis surrounding the North's institutions.
Well, I think he's making a show of himself. You know, and I mean, we have tried to be very, very measured in how we deal with all of this, but I went back to Belfast last evening and everyone I met was just an exacerbation about where we're at. And now we're going to get, you know, a new version of the hokey cokey. You know, at some point it may become untenable, but we don't have a choice because we believe when we have a mandate that we're obliged to honour that mandate. And therefore we will do our very, very best to work with them.
A sea and shoreline search is taking place in Broadhaven Bay, County Mayo, for a fisherman in his 20s who failed to return to harbour last night. The man's boat was discovered on the shore east of Benwee Head last night, but he hasn't been found. The Shannon-based Coast Guard helicopter, Ballyglass RNLI lifeboat and local Coast Guard units are all involved in the search. In sports news, Roger Federer is one win away from his 18th Grand Slam title. Final overnight at the US Open. Federer beat fellow Swiss Stan Wawrinka in straight sets 6-4, 6-3, 6-1. He will now meet Novak Djokovic in tomorrow night's final. That's all for now. A very good afternoon.